Hey, beautiful humans. Welcome to Mommy's Talking, episode three, I think, right?
Three, let's
I-
go for it.
I'm so excited. I feel like it's been a little bit since we've chatted.
Well, it was a yeah, when did we do this?
A
Last
long weekend.
midweek last week, and then it was we just had the Labor Day weekend. How
Yeah,
was
the holiday weekend.
what did you
Huh?
do for the weekend?
What did we do? I'm like all the days run into each
I
other.
know, right?
Um, oh, my son's friend had a birthday party, so we did that. And then I went to a Padres game with my friend, which was fun. It was like a Harry Potter themed Padres baseball game. So that was fun. Yeah, and just hung with family and stuff. What'd you do?
Let's see, for Saturday. Saturday took my boys to Fort Collins, which is a town in like northern Colorado. It's like 40 minutes from here. There's way
Okay.
more to do down in Fort Collins. It's a really cute college town. Lots of cute shops and stuff like that. But both my boys just kind of with the layoff stuff, we no one's been getting haircuts. No one's getting anything for a while. I can't, that's gonna be when I land something, that's gonna be a gift to myself is to get my hair done.
Mhm.
Because I canceled my hair appointment when I found out. Um, so yeah, we went and got the boys fresh new haircuts for school. They look so cute and handsome. And then
Oh,
let's see, Saturday. I actually caught up with one of my best girlfriends that I haven't seen in 10 years.
wow.
She was like one of my still is one of my best friends when I lived in Chicago, like in my early 20s.
Hmm.
And just, she was in the thick of it also. Like she's about to turn 40 and we
Mm,
haven't, we just haven't seen each other since our 30th birthdays. And
wow.
yeah, like we both have had kids and same thing. Like
Yeah, yeah.
so I saw her and it was funny because like walking up to the restaurant that we were going to meet at, and I was just like so nervous and so excited to see her. But like I saw her and it really was like no time has passed. And we both cried. We're both like, oh, because like my people. And so that
Yeah,
was just like my cup is full. And so
that's
yeah, that was
good.
great. And I can't remember the rest of the weekend. I think I cleaned a lot for the first time in a long time.
I did that too. I did that yesterday and last week too, and I think it's definitely like helps with my mental health.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk mental health today.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, I think cleaning, I after getting laid off, I was like, I'm home every day, but my house is a disaster because it was like you just like spiral into this like
And this is
sadness.
probably like astrology bullshit, but I love it. And like I'm a Gemini, so like we're like the scattered brain ones, like
Mm,
want to
yeah.
do everything and nothing all at once, right? And I've always read, and this is applicable to anybody, especially who's stressed out. They say that a Gemini's home reflects her mental state.
Oh,
Literally have not done a thing in my house since middle of July,
yeah.
aside from some dishes and some laundry. Like
Yeah.
anything, I'm like, screw it, burn it to the ground. Like,
Listen.
I was just like, I don't
Maybe
know.
I'm a Gemini in one
Probably
of
have some
my.
Gemini.
You're gonna have to do one of my astrology readings. That would be like a fun episode. You
Yeah, yeah,
do
yeah.
like an astrology thing, but I must have some Gemini too because I feel like my home is as scattered as my brain is.
Uh-huh.
And and then I've kept it, when we're working, I've kept it like pretty good. Obviously not pristine because it's like three
If,
kids, all
if
this other
someone,
stuff
anyone
working.
with a child,
Yes.
and it's pristine, you're insane. You're not real.
Yes. If you have kids, I mean, one kid could be a toddler, could be a college kid who only comes home for certain times. I'm
Yep.
telling you, once you have kids, it's like your
Let
pristine
it go.
house goes,
Let it
let
go.
it go. Just stop stressing about it. Yeah.
Words of Elsa, let it go.
Yeah.
Like, because you can't keep up with it. And
No.
it's a lesson in humbleness.
Yeah.
I think it's a lesson in what's important and what's not.
Yes, that is so true. Yeah. Yeah,
So
but it's yeah, I'm glad that we both were on that kind of uh we're not doing much because that was like the mental state. My mental health was like, I need to just sit
Mhm.
and binge watch so many shows and drink some wine and go to the pool. I think I went to the pool and the beach with my girlfriend like a bunch because she was also laid
Yeah.
off.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. So she's doing some like commission only sales stuff just to like get by. She's a single by herself, lives by herself and her cats. But
Yeah.
yeah, we I did all that and I was like, I'm not, this is gonna help me,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah, I think when I get in like this level of stress, and you kind of forget, like I'm sure I've been at this sort of level before.
mhm.
I mean, this was my first official layoff.
Yeah.
I was let go from one job that was a contract job.
Mm.
Uh, and that one was like a punch in the stomach just because I had been told that I was going to be hired full time and stuff, but I actually really struggled with my design manager at this job.
Mm.
And I'm not going to get into specifics too much. In a nutshell, he had said some very inappropriate things to me when I first
Ah.
started working there. And the 6 months were the most miserable 6 months
Ugh.
I've ever had because I thought I was going to this new job uh, where I was going to learn and grow, and he was going to be my mentor. And just like 3 weeks into it, he said some stuff, and it just ruined that whole job experience. And
Mm.
so, um, yeah, like my last month there, I may have told him off and basically told him he was absolutely incompetent and just a
Oh.
so my contract didn't get signed for my because of my honesty, and so that's the only other time where I have felt this like, ugh. But at the same time, as horrible as it feels, and I think we touched on this before, as horrible as this feels and this level of stress and panic and worry, there is a silver lining. There is like a blessing behind it, or like
Yes.
a weird and like I know this isn't the astrology episode, but this morning I actually was like listening to like September horoscope for Gemini.
Uh-huh.
It touched on, and it's like all based on where the star placements are right now, blah blah blah. Again, could be total bullshit, but it's fun. It was strangely like a huge shift has just forced you to change. And it was like, and it's going to make you focus on money and stability around money and like it just everything it talked about. I was like, yes, like this
Yeah.
is what's happening. So like, I don't know. It's bizarre. And I mean, I very well could have listened to this episode. I'm like, well, that's not me right now.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
I'm
just
gonna have to listen to mine, see if
yeah,
it
I'll send it
lines
to you.
up
I'll
too.
send you the Leo one from this one
Thank you.
particular person that I listened to because it was like oddly specific and like but hopeful. It was like, hey, you're about to go through this like shit. You're
Uh-huh.
about like an uncontrollable shit, like where it was just like this thing is going to hit you, it's going to hit you hard, but you are going to come out better for it. Like you are
Mm,
going to be stronger, more stable, in a better spot. It's going to teach you, remind you of who you are, what you can do. Like it was just like, and I was like,
that's
fuck
good.
yeah. Like it
Yeah,
was
I'm ready.
okay, that's some fact, but I get it. Like, there's a light at the end of some tunnel, but
Yeah,
yeah, like I don't know. The only other time I can think of like maybe big breakups but
yeah.
this amount of stress and anxiety and sadness and depression and everything, like I tend to, I go into a cave, like
Mm,
mentally and physically. And
hmm.
I'm such a like, hey, like I'm
Yeah,
really like a Snow White singing to the birds kind of.
yeah.
But when I reach that level, I'm like gone. Like I kind of
Yeah.
disappeared for a while. And
Mm,
maybe right or wrong, I don't know. But like I like for you, like you saying you went to the beach,
yeah.
that sounds like I'm like, oh, I didn't like I stopped going on walks because I walk my dog every day. I stopped going on walks. I barely went outside.
Hmm.
I don't know. Like
I,
maybe that's depression. I don't know.
I
Like,
think it's like, you know, so many people deal with things differently, right? And whoever is watching this, you might relate to how Natalie was handling this. Like I know my sister does that. She like totally closes
Like
off.
lose all
Don't
function.
talk to me.
Yeah.
Like every she doesn't. She stops cooking food. She stops like
Yes.
it's like just total shutdown mode.
Yes.
And so people might relate to that, or people might relate to like how I cope. Like how I think the only other time that I went through something like this was at my divorce when I became a single mom and I was like, okay, I gotta like take care of two little humans and I don't have a job. Now I have to find a job and like dealing with all of that stress. I think that was the only other time. And both times and I don't know if this is because I had such little kids. And so now that this has happened kind of again, and I've felt that same mental stress and anxiety and everything, I reverted back to how I was. But it's like, I'm
Sure.
like, I'm just going to get up. I'm going to be who I am and I'm going to go out. I'm going to do this. But sometimes I do it like full force. Like the
Like
first,
overcompensate.
yes. So like the first couple of weeks, I mean, I was with my friend Justine, like at the pool, at the beach, going out, doing brunch, doing this, like not going out like raging or anything, but I mean, it was to the point where I would drop my kids off at school. I'd be with Justine like all day, like lounging, pool, beach, all that stuff, and then come home, get my kids. And it was every day. And so that's kind of where my house went to shit. And um, then I didn't really cope with what I was going through either. That's
Distraction.
kind of what I do. I like just distraction. Like, ooh, look at that pretty little thing. I'm not going to deal with what's behind me. You
Is
know?
that you were kind of like opposite where you're just like, oh, I don't want to feel that ick, so I'm gonna go.
Yes,
And
that's
meanwhile,
what
me,
I
I'm
do.
like, oh, like I'm
Huh.
consumed by the ick, like where I'm paralyzed and I literally
Mm,
my room or don't leave a spot or like,
yeah. Yeah.
So
Like it like paralyzes you.
no, I have felt, but like I'm trapped inside my brain, which is not a
Oh,
place to
that
be.
sounds horrible.
What it is horrible. And like, and I tend that's where I tend to go. And like I've been that way almost my whole life. And
Mm,
like during this though, what has helped me kind of get through it is a lot of because I wasn't moving and I wasn't getting my physical outlet in any sort of
mm,
way.
mm-hmm.
Um, just mentally, because my brain was just so all over the place, was a lot of meditation.
Mm.
A lot of meditation, a lot of oh my gosh, something, and if she listens to this, you know who you are. I recently made friends with a neighbor and we just met walking our dogs. And so like just over this summer and like we haven't seen each other a ton, but she had texted me and she's like, "Oh, do you want to walk the dogs?" And it was like right when this and I was like, "Girl, I lost my job and I'm imploding
Oh
basically."
no.
And she, like I said, I maybe have hung out with her 3 or 4 times, not a lot. She sent me a care package in the mail.
Oh,
Like, and I opened it up and it was just like, here's like a mom care package. And it had like a mug and it was like a hug in a mug. It's, like, and
oh.
it came with a lavender candle and lavender bath salts and lavender everything and a satin face mask and a hairband and like this cozy blanket.
Oh,
And like I wept when I opened it. I just
oh,
was like, oh
sweet.
my God. And like there was one night where I was panicking.
Mm-hmm.
There's reasons behind I do get panic attacks because I've got some health stuff that kind of aid in my body freaking out. But
Mm-hmm.
um like there was one night where I just went and did this anxiety and I think it was specific like on YouTube, I'm just
Uh-huh.
like job loss anxiety meditation like
Yeah.
it's all out there and I went and took like a hot bath with all the salts that she gave me and I was in there for like an hour and I lit the candle and just listened to this meditation and I think I was able to sleep for like 20 minutes in the bathtub
Wow.
and it was so therapeutic when my body was just vibrating from
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
this was like in the thick of it and like I but just to have those like kind of girlfriends, like even you and
Isn't
like
that the best?
her, like And like our guys are great too. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there is something with
It's
girl
a
friendships.
good girl friendship is hands down by far the best thing ever. I mean, we could
Feel it.
honestly like if
Feel
we
it.
didn't need men to like procreate and stuff, we could all just be totally fine with our
Yeah.
girlfriends and women all over the world because I could live like in a compound with all my girlfriends. Like
Yeah.
that would be lovely.
Yeah. I mean, I do like, I mean, I'm glad my
Oh,
dude's
yeah, yeah. No.
like we have fun, but like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's something just cleansing and because you just get it. You just
Yes.
and like I don't even know this woman that well.
Yeah.
She just like knew what I needed
It's a
and
different type of support and care and being there for you.
yeah,
Like it's a like the men in our lives, they're there for us, but it's in a different way, right? Like with
yeah,
girlfriends, they like I don't know if it's because we're all wired the same. I'm not sure, but whenever you
100%.
go through something, it's like, breakup, job loss, this and this and that, like your girlfriends band around you and are there for you, or even girls that you've just met. Like you said, you just met the
Yeah,
the neighbor, or you and I, like
yeah.
we were just coworkers before this, and I totally agree with you with that. And it's funny because my one of my friends did kind of the same thing.
Mm.
I met her through soccer. Our
Mhm.
kids play soccer together, and you know who you are when you listen to this. But and our girls became friends, and then we became friends like through soccer trips and stuff. And she saw me at a practice and she didn't know I was laid off yet, but she was like, "What's wrong?" Like she knew something was wrong.
It's a vibration, like
Yes,
energy.
she knew it, and I was like, "Well, I just lost my job, blah blah blah." And then but it was when the practice was kind of ending, and then I get a ping on my phone, and she sent me like a Starbucks card, and she was like, "Just go get a coffee on me, like just like go away, grab some coffee." And I was just like, "Girl, you didn't have to do that." It was so sweet. And then all my girlfriends at my 40th birthday, like, yeah, you get your friends like gifts, but I feel like because they also knew what I was going through, because all those girlfriends knew that I just got laid off. And I mean, they made my 40th birthday better than I could have ever imagined. Like we did the Pilates class and then we did brunch, and I mean everyone just did the most elaborate like gifts, like candles and satin eye masks and like a Pilates outfit and a wine bottle. And my dear friend who's also like family to us, her husband is my son's godfather. She made this whole like gift basket and was like, I mean, between candles to a mug to wine to a fan, like a fan, like all types of things. And it just filled my cup a
Absolutely.
100%.
Like, and it's crazy because that gift box that I got too, like it came with this like really squishy, like plush blanket. And it like I have been sleeping with that almost every night,
Oh,
like a little kid,
yeah.
like a blanket, like I'm just like,
Yeah.
or if I've been job searching and I'll have it on my shoulders. Like it's just like,
Comfort.
no, and yeah, like and then like so many amazing girlfriends, like I don't know, like I was saying, there's just like we get the like we're just naturally nurturing, I think.
Yes.
And we just know that how I think we just know how much women take on by themselves,
Yes.
hold in,
Yes.
and we don't want to be seen as complainers. We
Yeah.
don't want to be seen as negative or blah 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 or like struggling or because there's
No.
this, like invisible judgment I think that comes with
Hmm.
that or has been associated to that. And so I think we know it's like, oh, that bitch isn't saying what she's feeling. Like, you know what I mean? So it's
Yes.
like, so it's like, no, 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 no. I know what you need because
Yeah.
I also have been trained to be that way too, or whatever. And
Hmm.
I'm grateful that we live now in this day and age where we are able to do stuff like this and
Yeah.
be like, my hormones are going crazy, or
Yeah.
my kids are driving me crazy, or I'm freaking out and like not be seen as crazy.
Yes.
I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's wild, but like I don't know. I'm just so grateful for all the people that have, my whole life, that have been so supportive and especially in those heightened stress times, who's been there and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
great.
I mean, the people that you surround yourself with and the people that are there for you when you're going through those hard times, and it really helps your mental health. Like I always tell my kids you have to have like a wonderful tribe, and you have to have people around you that you love and that love you, because you never know when they're going to go through some like stressful mental like
Oh,
breakdown, whatever it is, just and vice versa. And you never know when you're going to go through that. And I think every human beings, we are creatures of like of just need of people. Like we need to
oh,
be around other people. Like it's not, we're not made to be alone by
no.
ourselves. And uh, there are probably people struggling out there that are by themselves. And um, I will say, like, people are there for you. Like, near, far, whatever, like you can reach out to anyone. There are hotlines, there are all types of things. But it's just great when you're struggling and there are people there, because you never know who you help. You never know what people are going through. Like we went through such stressful times and are still going through that.
Yeah.
And we might voice certain things, but we also don't know the deepest, darkest feelings of people. And just because someone looks like they're shining a light doesn't mean that their light is actually shining. So
No.
just
Exactly.
being there for people and appreciating when people are there for you is awesome. And I think that's a big thing that I realized going through this is the amount of people that are there for me is amazing, and I will always return the favor. Always.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's so interesting because like, I reached out on LinkedIn to be like, hey, I'm scared and this and that, right?
Yeah.
And you're like hesitant to do it on things like Instagram or,
Mhm.
where it's like, "Ugh, I don't want to come off again, like, I
Yes.
don't want to come off this or that." But it's just like, Instagram and other social things, it's like your highlight reel of all the good things
Yeah.
happening or the
Mhm.
good, what you want people to
What you
perceive.
want people to
Yeah,
see. Hmm.
exactly. And so it's just like, there is so many times like on Instagram, I just wanted to be like, I'm fucking struggling, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But you erase it because you feel stupid or like, I don't know if it's the right place or whatever. But it's like it's sad because like, you know, a lot of times when you hear people who, like take their lives or are really struggling, like their last picture taken, they look so happy and
So
like,
happy.
and what you're just talking about, like humans are supposed to have a village. And this is actually where it's weird because like this is something I struggle with being working in tech is
Hmm.
I actually am kind of, and I am absolutely hypocritical,
Mm.
but like I don't love social media.
Yeah.
Um, because we're like there's studies and stuff like we're not supposed to know, like our brains can only mentally handle like knowing, like truly knowing like 150 people. Like,
Yeah.
and like we are like literally looking at the billions of people on the earth and all the horrible things happening everywhere. And
Yeah.
it's no wonder all of us are just riddled with and like anxiety and depression.
Oh,
Like we are being so jam-packed with too much. Like go back to Viking times or go back to
yeah.
like when we lived in tents or whatever.
Go
And it's
back
just
to AOL dial-up. Like, let's go.
like we're supposed to know the people like on our block and
Yeah.
like not even on the other side of town,
Yeah.
maybe, And
Yeah.
so it's just like, and for all of us to be like, my life is so perfect. Look how great I am. And I'm not struggling with anything. And I won't talk about what's bothering me. And,
Hmm.
I don't know. It's
It's,
too.
I agree with you. No, so as far as social media goes, like I struggle with it as well, like you do, because we're in tech, like our last positions were like dealing with like creators
Yeah.
on different platforms and stuff. And while I do think it's great in so many aspects of being able to connect with so many people around the world and be able to see things like that, uh,
Mhm.
oh yeah, it is recording, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
But it also, to your point, it just is like information overload, A, and
Mhm.
B, it's like so many people are on there, and I've talked to creators about this. I have a few friends who are like big creators on TikTok and stuff, and they're like it becomes so fake sometimes, especially Instagram. It's like this again, this like highlight reel of your life and things like that, but it's not really showing like what you're going through in the real you.
Yeah,
And
totally.
that's why I love that we're doing this because it's like, hi, like we're
Yeah.
not perfect. And
Yeah.
I'm the same way with my like I've said it before, I post videos on like TikTok and Instagram sometimes. And when we got laid off, I did a few videos about being laid off. And I just do videos where like I don't have my makeup on, like I look like this, and I'm like doing a video and I don't care. And actually, I've had quite a few strangers. I've got like 14,000 followers on TikTok that just came out of nowhere. And
Awesome.
it was not any like curated, edited like video
Yeah.
that blew up and got all these followers. And so I think I've had a lot of people that are like, I enjoy hearing that you're going through things, or I enjoy the real you, or you're like unfiltered and stuff. And I think that's the part of social media that I enjoy.
Sure.
And
Yeah. Agree.
as far as you saying that you feel like you want to like say this stuff on Instagram or whatever and you want to put it out there but then you end up deleting it, like do it. You could touch someone that you would never even know.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's the big thing that I've realized with social media is like a lot of people and like anyone who's wanting to start something, just do it. Like they say, just post, like just do it because you don't know who you're going to connect to. You don't know who is watching and
Yeah.
who you'll help or who you'll make laugh or who you'll make smile,
Yeah.
or who you'll relate to. So I would say just post it on Instagram. Who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just like it's an interesting like because I think we touched on this before. Like I'm all for creativity, and
Mhm.
whether that is in film and filming on your phone and like that sort of media or painting or singing or dancing or acting or like I'm all for creativity. But there isn't a balance being struck, I think, right now with social media. Like social media is separate from creativity,
Yeah.
right? So
Yes.
like there's not a balance with social media where people often put their creativity
Mm,
and like real life and like and that gives me anxiety as well is just
yeah.
like having kids with devices
Oh
and
my gosh.
just recently, like I've had issues with my kids seeing inappropriate stuff on their phones
Yes.
and, or like a big topic in our house is like I banned Roblox and I feel like the big bad mom because I'm just like I I don't stand for the principles they don't stand for. You know what I mean? Like that company and stuff like that. So it's just like I don't know. And this is all during the layoff and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's just like there's just like I feel like devices and social media as convenient and I love watching stupid videos. I love watching interesting documentaries or snippets of information. Like I love the good parts of it, but like
Yes.
bad parts of it kind of riddle me with it makes me sad,
Yeah. It
you
can
know?
be very ugly
Yeah.
on there. And I feel you when it comes to like the kids stuff. Like obviously my college kid, like she's an adult, she's
Yeah,
20,
yeah.
she could do what
Same.
she wants. But like I was very strict on her and her social media. And it wasn't as big back then. Now with my 13-year-old, it's like I mean, she's like, Mom, we all text each other through Snapchat. I'm like, but you guys have phones. Like,
Yeah.
why are we doing that? Like, I have put on the parental lock like crazy. She
Yeah.
has to send me requests. And I, like, yesterday, she sent me, like, I approved TikTok for 15 minutes. I was like, here you go. You and your friend can do your little dance or whatever, like, before school starts and whatever. And then it was like, request, request, request. And I just ignore them or
Yeah.
deny,
Yeah.
deny. I'm like, what do you need it for? Because like TikTok, I saw something on there, this like really inappropriate filter. They're now hiding things in
Yeah.
like filters. So you go to like click on a filter and it's like something very inappropriate,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
porn like. And I'm like, whoa, and so
Absolutely.
I'm just very, very, very cautious because these kids are so young and they don't need to grow up that fast like that. That is not needed in this world. And I think that's where I I agree. I'm not fond of social media in those aspects or the bullying on it. Like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
daughter got bullied a bunch last year and it ended up pouring into school. And it was all started like over TikTok and Snapchat. And I'm like, what is the deal? These kids are 12, 13 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and like so one of my kids, I have my 19-year-old and it's like, hey, she pays for her phone, whatever.
Yeah.
But my other kids, and again, like these are my stepkids, so like different rules at the different houses,
Yeah.
right? Which is really hard.
Mm,
Because, I know their mom has put a lot of parental controls on their phone because the phones are from their other house.
hmm.
Me, I'm just like, if it was up to me, you guys wouldn't have phones. Not phones that could access the internet. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean? And, my 11-year-old, I bought her an iPad for her birthday a couple years ago for like her like ninth birthday to
yeah,
play games and listen to
yeah.
music. And she loves music. And so she had Spotify on her iPad and she loves to make playlists and stuff like that. But it's interesting because like recently her music has been a little more explicit and like,
Mm.
but not so much like sexually or anything like that,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like suicidal themes and like
Oh,
mental health kind of stuff. And I'm just like, blah, 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 blah. And
yeah.
I'm just like, because there was one day we were in the car and she's like, let me play you a song. And I listened to it and the lyrics were like, go kill yourself, basically. And I was like, whoa. I was like, do you
Wow.
understand what this? And it's like this hype, like
Hype music.
dancey, like, and I was like, whoa, chick, like, are you listening to this? And she's like, what? What are they saying? And I was like, you need to pay attention to what you're like listening to. And I
Yeah.
also like didn't realize that's kind of the zone because any social media but Spotify too, playlists, like there's just rabbit holes, right? Like where you just
Mm,
go farther down. Well, Spotify, like I don't have Chrome or like on her iPad, I don't have internet access or anything like that. And
yeah.
she can approve if she wants new things too with me. And but through Spotify, she stumbled upon these playlists that were someone taking super inappropriate pornographic TikToks and putting them on a Spotify playlist. And she has a kid's Spotify account.
Oh
Like, and
my
this was all accessed
God.
through and I just was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And it sucks because like she lied about it.
Mm,
Cause like, because I don't think she understood a lot of the stuff that she had seen,
yeah.
but she knew it
It was
wasn't.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's really kind of what she got in trouble for. And since then, she has not had an iPad. Because
Yeah. It's more of like the
I,
lying that you get in trouble for as opposed to like, because they're young, they don't know what that is. But when you lie about how you stumbled upon it or it being there, those type of things.
lie is what got her in trouble. But like
Yeah.
the fact that she was able to, and I don't think she was seeking it out. I really don't. And I
Mhm.
don't think, like I said, I don't think she understood more than half of the stuff that she got exposed to. But like the fact that this was accessible through a kid's account, like I'm just like,
Crazy.
like that's
The
what,
things that people are putting out there. I mean, the same thing with like YouTube kids,
yeah,
all these things. It's like you put these blocks, but yet it's still like these sick people find a way.
Exactly. Yeah. And
And
it's
I'm
just
like,
like,
what goes through your brain that you want to do that?
it's just like, like one little piece of shit ruins the whole soup,
Yeah, yeah,
So it's just like I hate when like one person or one thing ruins it for everybody. Like it's like this is supposed to be a happy, joyful thing, music and video and and it's just like
yeah.
people just love making things shitty. And
Hmm.
I don't know, shame on those people.
Yeah,
But
yeah, 100%, a hundred
but
percent.
it's like, but like, this is the day and age we live in with
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like, so overall, like everything we're talking about is just clearly I struggle with anxiety.
Hmm.
Um, I, let's see, I think 2 years ago though, and a big reason I think this helps me understand my anxiety a little bit more, because I never thought or knew I had anxiety.
Hmm.
But like 2 years ago, I think I'm just coming up on 2 years ago, I found out I have thyroid disease,
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
which before that, leading up to that, like I said, I had my son 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. And like 2 years after, you go through the thick of babies and sleep deprivation and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
But about 2 years after he was born, I was like, how long does postpartum depression last?
Yeah.
Like, I just was so things were changing. Like, I've had my bouts of depression and I've had my bouts of this and that, but like I was starting to have really dark thoughts.
Mm,
Like I don't want to be here anymore kind of thoughts.
mm.
And I was like, whoa, like, and I could kind of like talk to myself and be like, whoa, like
Yeah,
you usually don't get that dark,
yeah, yeah.
And, and then at the same time, like I've always had decent skin, but then I started getting like cystic acne, which I've never
Oh,
had. Like, where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get that little blemish, and I
yeah,
go,
yeah.
and then it becomes this like monster on my face. And I was like,
Wow.
oh, God, like, so my skin changed, my hair was falling out, my nails were like rubber. Like,
Gosh.
and then I just had like this extra weight that no matter if I exercised or if I ate well, it just stayed. And
Hmm.
and all that, so all these like physical things are starting to change. And again, I'm in my later half of my 30s. So I'm like, what is this? Is this
Yeah,
getting older or is this baby stuff? Or I don't know what this is.
yeah.
To two different gynecologists, and they're all like, oh, it's your period.
Oh
You're
my
hormonal.
gosh.
And one was like, oh, you have PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. So you just have a really, really bad PMS before your
Don't
period.
get me started on
And
all
I just was
doctors with
like this
women.
isn't what it, I'm like, can you test my hormones or something?
Yeah. Can
Like,
you do more than
I
just,
don't know what I'm talking about, but can you check me out? And they're like, well, your hormones change every day. It won't matter. And so I was just like, okay. And they're like punching out antidepressants. And like, I took antidepressants a little bit right after I had my son.
hmm,
Just because the end of my pregnancy, I was so irritable because
hmm,
you
yeah,
are. And so like, so I had been, that was the only time I ever took antidepressants. And so, but they were just so like, here, just take these.
yeah.
And I never filled them, but like, I was like, you're not listening to me. Like,
Yes. And
and
that's the
so,
biggest thing. I mean, we can have like a whole episode
oh yeah.
about this and about
Yeah.
how women struggle in healthcare and getting healthcare and finding the right diagnosis because the things that they just like, you're fine. That's
Yeah.
just a little bit of pain. Like they do not listen to women.
Oh.
And then they
But
just
also
shove medicine to us and we're like,
for other women though.
hello.
And like speaking about like girlfriends and stuff, but these were still other women being like, oh no, like,
Yes. Yeah,
and so I
it's
was
not
like,
men, it's any healthcare
yeah,
professional. I think they're just trained and wired. I don't know what it is,
okay.
but
Like,
yeah. They,
yeah. And so finally I went to a third doctor and I'm telling her everything that's going on. I'm like, my nails are jacked, my skin, I want to jump off a bridge. Like, and she's like, well, that sounds like your thyroid. And like, I was like, what? And like, she took a test and like off the charts, my thyroid, I'm stage 3. Like stage 5, you have to have it removed. Like,
yeah.
and like, and then on top of that, like, so I have like hypothyroidism, meaning that like my thyroid like doesn't punch out enough hormones,
Hmm.
which it regulates everything
Yeah.
and like everything.
Yeah.
And like inflammation, digestion, everything. And then on top of that, I have Hashimoto's, which is an
Yeah.
autoimmune.
Hmm.
Basically, if I have gluten or dairy or soy or processed foods or sugar or pretty much everything, especially in America with our great food that we
Yeah.
have, like basically if I blink at anything available in America to eat or consume, there's something called like molecular mimicry.
Hmm.
Gluten and dairy proteins are like foreign to our bodies.
Yeah.
And but they at a molecular level, they look identical to what the thyroid tissue molecules look like. And so when you eat those over your whole life here in America, McDonald's and bread and ramen and whatever,
Yeah.
your body's like, those don't belong. And so it attacks those proteins, but your thyroid looks almost identical, so it attacks your thyroid also.
Oh
So
my gosh.
so I'm supposed to be like on top of my diet and it's there's times I have been and there's other times where it's really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And so I try to do like 70% faithful, 30% human.
Yeah.
It's not that way all the time, especially when I get stressed out.
Hmm.
And like a lot of thyroid damage comes from high cortisol levels, which is high
Oh,
stress.
high stress. Yeah.
So like I'm almost at a point now, and like who knows how long this has been being damaged,
Yeah.
in my whole life or whatever. But it's like literally my thyroid. So I have to take synthetic
Hmm.
thyroid hormones, and will have to for the rest of my life. But I literally, like, if I get stressed out, which this layoff and everything like that, um, I literally can't control it almost. And it affects me a little bit more, and my anxiety, I think, gets like multiplied
Mm.
because my system is already off track.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And I'm not a doctor, and anyone listening to this is like, you're wrong or whatever. Let me know. Like, I'll learn
Yeah.
from it. But like, just what I'm experiencing and stuff is like I get stressed very easily.
Mm.
So if something actually stressful happens, then I'm like, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I just am not, I do my best. But like, if I'm eating like crap and not sleeping and all of the above, like the recipe, then my anxiety is like,
Jeez.
off the rails. And
Yeah.
it's only been that way for the past like 5 years, like since and basically my thyroid disease got triggered by my pregnancy
Yeah.
because they say it's triggered from hormonal trauma, which hello pregnancy. So it's like
Yeah.
so I'm like, great, I'm bringing this miracle into the world, but it has absolutely like flattened me physically, mentally, everything.
Hmm.
And so it's been interesting trying to navigate this big stressful life event
Yeah.
with this physical thing that I already struggle with every day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious of like other people, like, and it's so
Yeah.
common. Like thyroid disease is like 1 in 5 women and 1 in 10 men. Like
Crazy. I'm
it,
curious to know other people, because we're getting to the end of this episode, but I would love if people would comment if they've gone through the same thing, whether it's thyroid, whether it's crazy hormones, whether it's a layoff, whether it's a stressful like situation.
depression, anxiety.
Yeah.
What did you do mentally?
Anxiety. Yeah. What did you do to help? What steps have you taken? Like, I think just connecting is a huge, huge benefit. Like being able to connect to so many people and learning like how other people dealt with different things is
Wow.
great. So
Good
yeah,
or bad?
let us know.
Like I said, I went and bought all those vapes, and
Yeah.
that was the bad thing I did to try to cope and threw them away a few days later. But yeah, like it's like, what do you do to cope when you are absolutely off the rails in just
Yeah.
shit?
Yes. Yeah. So let us know. And thanks for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe. And until next time, hey, mommy's talking.